have been using ArcoLinux for a couple days already, and I feel really impressed with this distro. And for today I'm going to show you how do I install ArcoLinux on my virt-manager. And note that I make this absolutely the same way as I install it on my real machine. Now I already boot up the virt-manager and my ArcoLinux is already boot up. You guys maybe cannot really see it much, but let me set up something. So I go to the tag 2. This is DWM, which is I just start to learn it for a couple days already, and I feel really like it so much. So I'm going to set the screen resolution, which is very small now, by typing render as 1920 by 1080. Hope it fixes. Now it's fixed, but it seems to be like Conky is cranky. Let's press Mod Shift D to open the D menu and type in PQ Conky. Now Conky is gone, and press Mod key Shift R to reload, and it's fixed, and we have the screen resolution. Let's close this by pressing Mod key and Q to quit. So I'm going to make it full screen. Now this one is become full screen right now, but when I reboot it, it will not be full screen. I have to set this again. Well, anyway, let's install that. I type in welcome. I'm going to choose advanced installation. Click on that. So you can't see the things behind that because this one is over. So let's move this by pressing Mod key Shift and then the number 2. So you see that we are on the tag number 2. Then I'm going to choose American English. As you know that I am Thai, but if I use Thai to install, that will be very hard for me to do something in some reason. Anyway, I use American English. Next, I'm not going to choose thing too much right here, as you know that I am installed on my virtual machine. So I'm going to install desktop DWM and BSPWM. I like this very much. It's very beautiful too. And let's put Qtel and Xmonad. All of these are the tiling window manager, so you feel free to choose anyone that you like to, but for me I like to learn something new. So I have been using i3 for a year and I like it very much, but now I want to learn new things. So click next, and I'm not going to select anything here, just go next. Go next. I'm not even going to install the Office on this one because the installation time is take longer than half an hour. So if you choose a lot of things in here, it's gonna take a very long time. So make sure that you not put so much thing in here. By terminals, I love console and GNOME terminal. I have to use this. Tmux and CSS theme power level 10. Love this. Let's put the termite, and I like Nautilus and Ranger. Now after you selecting the things from here, it's a time to copy all the file into your real hard disk. I'm going to select American region, just easy for me to do things than the Thai region. So, and I will choose RS disk with no swap file. Type in my informations in here and a very strong and complicated password 1234. Click next. I'm going to delete this anyway, so no problem. Now the system is start to install, and the installation time should take longer than half an hour, so I'll be back. if I'm not cut this video will be longer than half an hour. As I mentioned earlier, that the installation portion is take longer than half an hour, as you can see. So anyway, now our installation is already done. I'm going to click on done button right here to restart the machine. So if you see this happen on you, that is because it tries to boot to the ISO image again, so which is not right. So what you're going to do on virt-manager is you have to do force off like this. Otherwise it's going to boot to the going to boot into the ISO image, which is we will go into the installation process again. But our OS is already installed. Our Argo OS is already installed. Now what we have to do is we have to remove this CD-ROM out of it. Let's do this. I'll go to the boot options here, and I just tick this off and move this up. Is possible, no? And then I go to apply. Hopefully now this is going to be work. Click on power on button, and now it's boot up. So at the first login is not going to be DWM, but if we need to, we can set it to DWM first login by default. If you want to do this, I'm going to click this and then quit. The next time I don't want this to be show up, and it seems like I have to set the screen resolution again, which if I run the same command like before, render, so you see that I have 1920 by 1080. I'm going to put this into the bash script file. So what I'm going to do is I type in touch, and then you only have to do this if you test it in the visual machine. Touch VM screen.sh and the to emphasize chmod plus x. Now let's put some script in here. That's going to be bash script by hash sign and exclamation slash bin slash bash, and render is our screen resolution. So this one will be your main screen resolution that you use. Now type in :WQ to save and quit. Our script is just this. Anyway, this script will not run because nobody called. So what we're gonna do is we have to edit another script by editing the file exception, and we're gonna put our execute file in here by typing exact our file called vmscreen.sh, and don't forget the ampersand on the end of the line. Type in WQ, save and quit. Now let's do logout by press mod key X logout and type in your password, hit enter. Now you see that my screen resolution is come full screen now, and I can do full screen like this. The next thing that problem to me is, as you know that I am Thai, and if I open up the terminal like this and I want to type in Thai character, and I want to type in Thai character, it's not going to be working. See, that's not working, and I don't know where to set it, but I have a very easy way. If you download my config file, I already said that for you, and I have the link at the description down below, so feel free to check it out on GitHub if you want to. It's very simple script. The script is set xkb map pc105 xkb map model pc105 layout usth option grp : alt shift underscore toggle. Let's see if it's working. Now I press mod Q shift R to relaunch this, and then I type in something in Thai. So you can see that it's working, but the URXVT, this terminal, not support Thai character. But if you type in something else, you'll see that my Thai character is already show up right here. So this one's working. Anyway, this setup is on GitHub. The next thing is, how can I log into DWM? I select log out, and then the session right here, you see that BSPWM, which the current one that we have. I click on this, and then I select DWM. Now I put my password in, and then hit enter. So it's going to log me into DWM, and it just look like this. It's something cranky. So let's press mod shift R to relaunch it, and you can see it's fixed. So if the next time I want this to be logged in as DWM, how can I do that? Well, you can press Control Alternate A, and then you type in tweaks. You're going to see ArcoLinux tweak 2. Click on that, or hit enter, and then you type in your password, hit enter. It's actually using SDDM instead of LightDM. So let's click on SDDM. You will see BSPWM here. All you have to do, you click on that and select DWM, and then you click apply setting. So the next time when you log in, is going to take you into DWM. Quit that and let's try. Mod key X to log out, and select log out. Now type in 1234 again, and then log in. You'll see that we log into DWM, and even I reboot, you'll see that it would take me into DWM window manager like this again. So that one is to fixing the thing. But anyway, I cannot type Thai. Sometimes things has happened as I use a very old machine. So you can see that my main machine here, I use 90% or 100% of CPU use, and you can see that my CPU is still Pentium G. So you can see that my main machine is just very low spec on year 2021. But anyway, it's still working. But now it seems like my virt-manager not respond. Let's force reset. It's boot up again. Let's see if it's working. Okay, now it's working. URXVT is boot up. And what about if I need Firefox? Okay, we have an internet. So we have an internet, but my internet connections is very bad. So you can see that how slow it gets. The first thing first, after you install ArcoLinux, you might need to update your system. So that would be the first thing that you really have to do. But if you accidentally close the welcome message, which you can do easily update your package, you can do this. Mod key shift D, and then you type in welcome and hit enter. So this is going to show up again, and what you have to do, you click on update Arch Linux mirrors. Click on that, and you might need to put your password in here. Click on authenticate. This will going to take some time, but it's not going to be very long as you just install. Now you can see it's already done. And next thing what we're going to do, you can simply click on this. If you need a graphical interface, you can click on this, but to me I prefer command line. So what you're doing now is you type in sudo pacman s yyuu, and then you hit enter. and you type in your password, hit enter. That's going to be update the package for you, and it's going to take some time. That, let me say, is maybe more than 15 minutes. It depends on how bad of your internet connection. So you can see that I have the download of 800 megabytes something, so this would take me at least half an hour to be done. I press Y on this and I hit enter. As you can see that I have too slow connection, operation too slow, like this. So it happens sometimes, but you can redo that command again. So for some reason you can always press this. If something look not right to you, press mod key shift R to relaunch DWM. With this you can move. So to move this to another tag, so we call 1 2 3 4 5 and so on. Right here we call tag. So you can press mod key shift and the number is going to move it for you if your system is not crashed. I mean, it's crashed because my CPU is working too high now. I am recording the screen and using the virt-manager in the same time, so it's used a lot of CPU power. And if you want to move the floating window like this, you press mod key, click and drag. So if it's not working now, you can press mod key, the letter Q, to cue the window. And to move the window, you press mod key shift and the number, and it's going to take you to the next tag. If you want to change the tag, you can click on that, or you can press mod key and the number. By the way, DWM is not easy for the beginner, and even for me, as I just tried to use it for a few days, you know that is not that easy. But anyway, if you try that, you're going to fall in love with it. It's really fast because it's written by C, and if compared to i3, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love i3. I've been used i3 for more than a year and I love it very much, but I just want to try something else. So, and DWM is not easy for me. If I happen to patch it from the scratch, I don't think I can do it, not just now, until I learn more things. And I would not ask anything over the internet or over the forums, as the question that I'm going to ask is going to be a stupid noob question. So I better search on Google and try to find the answer myself. But anyway, if anyone like to try and you are noob like me, you are newbie like me, if you want to try my script, just feel free to download that. All you have to do, you open up Firefox or your web browser and you type in github.com/FaroukPhuket. Is pronounced Farouk Phuket, not Farouk Phuket, okay? /ArcoLinux _my_configs. Let's see if I enter the right URL. Yes, it's right. So you will see that my script is right here, and you just feel free to clone it into your computer and try to read everything. And I have the key binding right here that I'm going to do more. So after you clone that, you just go ahead and cd into the ArcoLinux my configs, and then you run this file. It will do it for you automatically. You don't need to do anything else after that. But anyway, you have to stay near to your computer, as you know that is not run as root privileges. So you may have to put your password to allow the script to run, and it's going to ask your password for a couple times, actually 4 or 5 times. But anyway, I tested on my ArcoLinux and it's working both on my main computer and my laptop computer, and even on the virtual machine like virt-manager that I'm using. I'm not using VirtualBox. It's not because I don't like VirtualBox. No, don't get me wrong. I love all those programs that people value the time to spend on that. But sometimes I feel like virt-manager is a little bit faster for my old computer like this. The update is already done and it seems to be like we have to reboot to get the new update to work. And you notice that if you take a look here, you see that my time is not correct. As you know that I am in Thailand now and my time zone will be Asia Bangkok, and now it's 7 o'clock 28 minutes on Monday October 18, but now it's Sunday October 17 here. So to fix this is simple enough. You just open up the terminal by press mod key and the number 3 to open the tag number 3, and then all you have to do is type in, we have to remove, I believe we have local times already. So if I type in ls/etc grep local time, you see that I have local times in here already. So what I have to do, I have to remove this first. So sudo rmrf etc local time. Let's remove this first, and then let's create the new one. ln-s usr/share zone info. I am in Asia and is Bangkok, and we're going to type it to etc local time. Hit enter and you see that my time and my date is already correct if we compare to these two. Alright, now let's reboot this system. Reboot. So if this happened to you, you may have to press mod key shift R to relaunch DWM and the right status will show up again. Alright, that's it about this video, and you can see that this is my first touch ArcoLinux DWM, and I can tell you that I'm really fall in love with this distro, which is very stable, which have something to learn. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again later. Goodbye.